Progress. I made so much progress. Yes. So last week, I made the last devlog where there wasn't too much going on, but oh my goodness, I've made so much progress and I'm so happy. I mean, a little sneak peek. There's a whole nother level. But I have this little practice scene where you can do stuff and figure out how to work the game, and then once you pass that, challenges. I got spike spawning and so much going on it. Yes! And I'm recording through the headset now. Yeah, it makes the audio a bit more crackly, but also drowns out the noise of the fan. So when I'm editing it and when I post this, I can just tweak it a little bit and it should be fine. But we'll see how that goes. How's it doing, me? Editing this. Okay, now I'm gonna get the stand and show you some stuff. Alright, everything's working here now. So, as you can see here, we have this first level. If we go play. So I have the audio going, should be the audio going. When we do that, it stops itself. Then I have just recently added this morning a thing where you can double jump off the wall. Oh, it's in the other level. You can double jump off the wall, and I'm going to make it a collectible. And you can hold to jump higher than you can normally. So if we go to the top, blah 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 blah, nothing fancy going on here. Then we got this. I have gotten some wall spawning to work a little bit as well this morning. The walls are kind of spawning on top of each other, so it's giving itself a glow, which is making this red bit happen here. So here, I can work. Double jump off the wall. I can hold to jump higher than I can normally. And I can jump onto the wall, and then I can double jump off of it. So those can be unlockables, because sometimes this stuff spawns in a way where you cannot get up it like this. So you have to use that mechanic just to get up above it. I can also edit the spawning script, but that is a lot tougher than you think it would be. And yeah. This is a really neat bit. I really like this bit because it acts like a normal cliff ledge. It just spawns it randomly, and it's like a little holdy. It's like a little hold when you're rock climbing. It's perfect. I haven't managed to get it to go further than that yet, but it's a start. And now I did also get some particles going with Unity's particle system. Just go to Danny's channel about that. He should be doing a tutorial soon. A bit of that. So basically, how the spawning works is, I'm not going to show you too many scripts yet because I don't want anyone copying my stuff completely, and I have proof. All this devlog is proof. If you try to copy my stuff, you're done. Donezo. If you try to copy my stuff, come on, man, I'm gonna get you taken down. Come on. So I don't want to show you too many of the scripts yet, but after I've finished and released the game, I should definitely be doing tutorials. So watch out for that. Also, comment what type of stuff you do want to see. I can look into it more. And I'll see if I can find some stuff out for you. And what else did I do? Hold up. I also got the pausing mechanic to work a lot better. So when you jump and you can pause the game like that. And last time I had no idea why, but the game would pause and then I'd unpause it, and then you couldn't pause it again at any time later. It was, I have a pause, you get it once and it's just done. I did make my own pausing script out of some stuff I had learnt previously and stuff I had seen. And when I did that, I got it to pause, but it would just sit there. You couldn't unpause it at all. You were just stuck. So I went online, did some more research, and now if this recording thing will let me show it, we will see. Actually, I've got an idea. Method I used, and I made a public boolean for the pause method, and I tried using the GUI. That's the stuff I've got so far, just to display a white paused label, but so far it's not working the way I want it to. You can't actually see it in game, so I'm gonna have to tweak some values and do some more research on that after I do a recording or in between, and we'll see how we go on that one. Do a quick update then here's the pause method. So if you press the escape key, then pause method makes the time go forward, makes time go or stop equal to 1 or 0, equals false, blah blah blah. This says if you're not paused, then paused is true. Yeah. It doesn't really make too much sense. It should, in my mind, be swapped. So it's if you're paused, then time equals 0. If you're not paused, time equals 1. Easy. But yeah. I could also do a method I saw earlier where we go paused equals not paused. So that frees up that. So then you just reverse the values here, and that should fix that. Of course, semicolon at the end to end the statement. Yeah. But it works, I'm happy. That's it. I found the thing, it works, I'm happy. Done. No need to change it. No. Also, I'll try to show you this. I copied a Blackthorn prod script for the jump hold and the double jump. There were like 5 different jump methods to achieve just 2 things. But if you want the code for that, it's right here. So made a public float for the extra jump value, or for me just jumps, and then another one for jump value. But in the start method you say jumps equals jump value, same as here. And then here we go if you're grounded, and of course ground check is up here. If you're grounded and you're pressing the up arrow, then your jumping is true, and then the jump timing along with jumping for is here. Then take your rigid body's velocity by, you make it go up with the vector free, makes it go up times your jump force. Then it's the same thing basically here. So if you press up and jumping equals extra jumps equals 0, then you can jump by how many times you can jump here. I really didn't think this statement would work at all, but it did. So I'm happy. And then here we say if you're jumping, if you press the up arrow and your jump equals 0 and you're grounded, then it's just the normal one. So that's saying initially if you're just grounded, you can only jump once. But on the wall I have this other method in here, same script, where it applies force from the wall so you can jump off of it, and then plus this thing on top of it, you can jump more. and of course you can just change your jump value to a higher number to go quadruple, quintuple, etc. Then this is saying if you're pressing the arrow and you're jumping, if the jump equals blah 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 blah, then is jumping equals false. And if you're pressing it, is jumping is false. So 5. Count. I guessed around 5, so it's not too far off. So a lot of methods just to make a double jump. But the good thing is half the stuff I'm learning in this, like spawning, jumping, some of the movement, the collisions, the ground object, the depth system, respawning, all of it is going to be applied to my next project, which you have already seen as the Ratchet inspired one with the translucent object, which I have also fixed with the wolf. So advice, if you get stuck with something and you have no idea how to solve it, even though you search on the internet for hours and hours, start a new project. Do something else. Make a small game. Make a couple small games. You have no idea how much you can progress by not even trying to look up the same things. Just small little tweaks and differences. Learned so much in 1 week. First level, you can't double jump, hold it. I'm not sure how I'm going to make it collectible. I want to implement a coin system, but that's going to be a bit tricky, and we'll see how it goes. So this is going to be the first bit of the level. So I'll just die, restart. So obviously you got instructions, simple, press spacebar, boom. Then pause function works perfectly. Then some UI here. Understand what you're doing, you make a part of spikes. Then you go, oh boy, big boy time. This is actually kind of tough for me, and I've created this and I've been working on it for several months. Once I get past that little stage, little notch, it's a lot easier. There's this little thing here. Some of the spawning does make it pretty much impossible for you to pass, so I got to make some constraints on that. But this little bit here, if the spawning will let you see it, some of these, there's a weird thing here, as you can see in the project panel. Wrong scene. In this project panel, there's only a couple preset little bits here, and those presets, that spawning method, my spawning method doesn't actually take that bit and spawn it exactly how I want it throughout the entire thing infinitely. So this bit here, it does exactly what I said before, copies the below object and puts it at a random position, and this allows certain spawning points. So that just means it can spawn either here or here or here or here or not at all. So it's different spawning variations. And then the reason I left this part in instead of just making it into a comment and deleting it, rendering it completely useless, is it gives an interesting dynamic on top of the other thing. So basically what this is saying is instantiate spawn the prefab enemy at this position. If this isn't set to this for me anyway, then the enemy will spawn off of the wall, and that obviously isn't very good. And then it also takes the position of the original object and pushes it up to units, to spots in Unity, and I have no idea what this does. I have no idea what the quaternion actually does. I know what the quaternion Euler, however you want to say it, Euler, Euler, whatever. I know what that does, but I don't know what the identity does. Then this is basically the same as this one, but this one's saying instead of taking their position and pushing it up, so it gives a set thing every single time, it's saying to spawn it between a random position of either 10 units below it, or this was set to 20-ish before. So you can go either 10 units below it or 20 units above it. So you saw what it did before. If we change this to 50, you stop recording and go back, and it can take that prefab and spawn it way higher. And also, as you can see, it's a lot more spread out now. So now if I get the character to die, it will respawn at a different spot slightly. So there's small different variations here, and like I said, with the different variations that it can do, so it can either spawn at, see this spot here, it can either spawn there, or it can spawn down here, or it can spawn behind here and not at all, and just leaves that, or it can spawn just in front or up on top, or in the wall just here. So different variations of what it can do. And what else? What else? I think that's most of it. I'm going to change this value here to say 999. Big values here, and we don't want to change the Z axis. We don't want to change the Z spawning at all. So if we do that now, it should spawn wildly different variations. So we have the preset things here, and it looks a lot cleaner now. I have no idea why that's sticking. I'll just fix that later. So this is pretty much the same thing as last time, it looks like, but it's just changing the variation in quantity of what it can spawn. So I'm going to go back and change it because I like the cluster. It looks cool. 20. So now if we go back and try that again. Loading bar. Also, I found a new thing. Instead of having like a health bar down here on the corner of the screen, you can have a thing called a chickenometer. So basically, instead of a health bar, you'll have like a little object or chicken that over time deteriorates or if you get hit. And Doom and some of the earlier FPS shooter games do that same thing. And the reason they did it is because obviously variations, and it was just a big boost for the system, and it was pushing the system to the max. So instead of just having a little health bar down here, they can improve it. So they had like a little aspect ratio here, so there was game here, stats up here, and then health bar and key items along here. And then in here they put health, so they, instead of having a health bar, had a little chicken, little roast chicken that changed to chicken bones over time. So I'm going to be trying to implement something like that, and I'm also going to combine it with the kind of Ratchet 1. It has the little nanotech bars across. No matter how much the enemy hits you, you get 1 point away. So that stops being insta-killed by a super strong enemy. It's just always the same amount. But instead I can make their health higher, so it takes longer to kill them and it's a lot more risky instead. So, kind of game theory stuff here. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, I'm MatPat now. Boom. Shave my head. And I'm going to combine it with another thing, like with the original Spyro games from also on like Sprax or Sparks. They changed his name over the franchise. He had a certain light on him, like blue, red, purple, etc. And that indicated what your life is at. And I'm going to use that as well. So yeah, you can see all this stuff is a lot more cluttered now again. No, dang. I fell it. Yeah, if you know how to make a spawning script that doesn't need those preset items and they literally spawn completely random, or as random as a computer can spawn, because it's not completely random. Nothing is ever completely random. Haha. Ruining that for you. If you know how to make it without a preset object, then put the actual script in the comments if you can, or just explain it yourself. Whatever works for you, whatever works for me. And I'll use the same script pretty much to do the same thing with the walls, and it's what I did before to give the different variations. And yeah, I have no idea why I do it. It would be the same reason that, this is just thinking out loud, the walls would have to be put in the same spot as the spikes, so it would do that. So how would I do that? Could take the original. I'd take the original object and I duplicate it and move it up as a different point. That I can use that. Just want it up higher. It could work, but it could not. I don't know. I need to take more tips from Danny and make this super exciting, entertaining. But yeah, what else do I need to do? One more thing. I actually implemented a death system. Didn't have that last time. I think that's it. So that's an entire week's worth of work. You have no idea how. It took me like 3-4 days alone just to figure out that spawning. Just to get the spawning. And I have that's pretty much it. Yeah, I can make another devlog, and I also learned that if you're making devlogs, you should be answering a question in it. So YouTube's like the second most popular search engine now, behind Google, because Google owns YouTube. What else was it? Yeah, so answer a question in your title. So you can go 5 ways to use a spawning script, how to make spawning, how to make a character die, 5 best ways to move your player, all that stuff. So that will draw in people that want to see what you're doing. And with my last one, I kind of made it more exciting, saying I got a script from a professional DJ, and this guy's my friend, and he does actually do DJing on the side, so he's professional, I think. Does that count as professional? I think so. Yeah, that counts as professional in my eyes anyway. Professional DJ. And then my other one, made a game in a day. Pretty much I did. Well, I told you what I actually did in the title anyway. But yeah, there's another about week's worth of progress on here. So I hope you enjoy this one. I'm gonna make another vlog to keep the views up. And also, apparently this is just a normal thing that happens. People with like 100,000 subscribers get like maybe 1 to 10k views per video. That's pretty nuts. So that explains why I've gone with 100 subscribers and I'm only getting like 4 or 5 views. But yeah, again, share this video with someone if you want to see my channel grow. And I am mainly just hanging out in my sister's rooms. They aren't here and I miss them, so I'm spending as much time as I can in their rooms. And yeah, it's just reminding me of them. So it's like pretending they're here, kind of. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. Now I gotta edit for the other half of the day. Question is, do I want to keep on working on this until it dies because it's just under half, or do I want to make the video first while this charges?